the Washington Post ran this story over the weekend. It's really big news, really, really big news. The Biden communication staff, it's going to be all women led. It's like no administration in the history of the United States has done this. Well, now the Associated Press is now also running the story. Headline: Biden chooses an all-female senior White House press team. President-elect Joe Biden will have an all-female senior communications team at the White House, reflecting his stated desire to build out a diverse White House team, as well as what's expected to be a return to a more traditional press operation. President Trump has an all-female communications team. The Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence, has an all-female communications team. The First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump, has an all-female communications team. The Second Lady of the United States, Karen Pence, has an all-female communications team. Yeah. So now the way they get around this is they claim, well, Donald Trump served as his own press secretary, so it wasn't all female. Seriously, President Trump, you had Kellyanne Conway, you had Hope Hicks, you had Sarah Sanders. Who else did you have? You had a couple other women in there with the president. It was an all-female communication shop for this president after Sean Spicer left. And he never got credit for it. Kellyanne Conway has been on television repeatedly over the years, venting about this particular issue, that the media acts like this president was somehow bad for women, and yet he put an entire female communications team around him, and the media never gave him credit for it. In this very article, they claim that no president ever done this before, and yet President Trump has done this. Fact check true. Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Karen Pence, and Melania Trump all have all-female communications teams. You would never know it from reading this. You know, the media, apparently, they're going to take a vacation for the next 4 years. After 4 years, they're emotionally wrecked. You know, they've got post-traumatic stress disorder, according to some of the people at CNN. They've been so abused by President Trump, they got to have a vacation for 4 years. They're going to be asleep at the switch for 4 years. Sleep at the switch. The Biden team is going to be able to get away with all sorts of stuff because the media will refuse to fact check, will refuse to even investigate, will refuse to criticize. The most the media will criticize Joe Biden for is daring to reach across the aisle and try to do something bipartisan that progressives don't like. That's when they'll go after Joe Biden. To run a story like this is absurd, and yet that's where we are. Welcome to Joe Biden's media operation.